I think we have to start. Then others will get to join us. All right. So good evening, everybody, from wherever you are joining us. Tonight we are going to continue. This is actually day 2 for those who weren't present yesterday. So we'll be continuing with Mr. Sage as our speaker today on accounting software. If you were here yesterday, can I get a thumbs up so I would know those who actually followed through? All right. All right. So today we are continuing, and today we are going full blown on accounting softwares. So I would be introducing our speaker right away so we can comment. All right. Mr. Sage, I believe you are present here. So permit me to make welcome Mr. Sage. But before I do so, can you guys hear me? Okay, I would be introducing our second speaker for tonight. His name is Nkwo. He's an accounting technology consultant with over 7 years of experience in accounting technology, software implementation, and digital transformation. He has trained over 2,000 accounting students, lecturers, and professionals across institutions, including the University of Nigeria and Nsukka, that's UNN, Godfrey Okoye University, IMT, ASUT, and the University of Lagos, Idi Araba campus. He also contributed to the successful accreditation of accounting software for the UNN Department of Accountancy in 2024. Beyond academia, he has implemented accounting software solutions for businesses, helping organizations to improve efficiency through technology. Mr. Hope is passionate about empowering accountants with digital skills in accounting software, AI automation, cybersecurity awareness, and finance technology. So permit me to make welcome Mr. Hope Nkwo, also known as Mr. Sage. The floor is yours, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first, I would like to appreciate the organizers for giving me the opportunity to share my journey and passion for accounting technology with you. Once again, my name is Nkwo. I'm an accounting technology consultant and accounting software trainer. So before we begin, I want you to imagine something. Imagine that you graduated with a good CGPA and 2 companies invited you for an interview. And the first interviewer asks if you can use Microsoft Excel. And your response was yes, that yeah, I can use Microsoft Excel. While the second interviewer asks if you can use accounting software like Sage 50, QuickBooks, Zoho Books, Odoo, and other accounting software. And suddenly, your confidence disappears. Now, let me ask everyone a question. Which interview do you think represents the reality of today's accounting profession? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So which interview do you think represents the reality of today's accounting profession? Okay. So the thing is that The okay, someone to say something. Okay, okay. So the world has changed. Accounting has also changed. So as technology has changed, businesses has also changed. Now the only question left is, have we changed? So that's the question. So that's why today's discussion is important. I actually began my journey in 2018 as an undergraduate. So as an undergraduate, I had mastered 8 accounting software. A lot of people believe that the best time to learn accounting software is when they graduate from university. But let me tell you something. The best time to learn accounting software is now. So as an undergraduate, I was training internal auditors, I was training lecturers and professionals on how to use accounting software. Then um, I graduated from secondary school 2017. Why in 2018? I don't know how it is now. Because when you graduate from secondary school, the next thing is for one to look for a job. So I don't know how it is now in this generation. So in our own time, when you graduate from secondary school, you look for work. So then I was actually submitting my CV in different companies. I submitted my CV in school, submitted my CV in supermarket, a lot of places. But then no one called. I began searching for places because I was walking up and down. Then maybe I submitted my CV in different places for like a month, yet I didn't get any call. So there was one day when I was going, then I saw a signboard, account assistant needed. So the requirement was that you must have HND or OND, and also you must be 25 years above for one to apply for that job. I looked at it. I didn't merit it actually. I didn't have that qualification. The only thing I had was just my YX certificate. But then I entered the firm. I told the man that I'm interested. I want to apply. Someone who is an undergraduate. So the man actually laughed at me, and the man said that I should go and look at the signboard again. I told him, yes, I've seen the signboard, but still I'm interested. I want to apply. So then the man now like gave me questions, gave me accounting questions, because when I graduated from secondary school, I was very good at accounting. I knew the concept, and I was still solving questions even when I graduated from secondary school. Someone who is also preparing for JAM then. So he gave me questions. I was able to attempt those questions. I solved statement of profit or loss account and also statement of financial position then. So the man told me that before he can employ me, there's no to pay me any salary. That will teach me something that is more than salary, which is what a skill. So that's what we'll be discussing today. So the evolution of accounting profession has changed actually. Technology has also evolved. That's why as an accountant, you need to also what, develop yourself. You need to learn practical skills. You need to learn tech skills. Do you understand? So my goal today is actually simple. I want every student leaving this webinar to understand one thing. Your accounting degree gives you a foundation, but technology makes you what, competitive. Do you understand? Your accounting degree gives you what, a foundation, while technology makes you what, competitive. So like I said, as an undergraduate, I was training lecturers and professors. I taught Unilag internal auditors 2018 at LUT Idiaraba as an undergraduate. Then I enrolled for ICANN in 2018, that is ATS. You know ATS now, I believe everyone knows ATS, Accounting Technician Scheme West Africa. So it gave me that knowledge. I was teaching lecturers and also professionals, internal auditors. You know, Unilag, they have 2 campuses. They have the one for medical people who study medical course, medicine and surgery, and also their main campus. So their internal audit department was in that the second campus, which is where people are studying this medical course, medicine and surgery, nursing. So that was where I was able to train in 30 internal auditors, one of the facilitators that taught Unilag internal auditors in 2018. And also, I carry that same energy, that same skill rather, in University of Nigeria. As a freshman, university, 100 level student, I was 100 level. First semester, I was able to train 100 to final year students, training over 1,000 accounting students. Then the head of accounting department was looking for someone who will train accounting student accounting software because people saw what I do, my posts. It was my post that also attracted people to know me. Do you understand? It was my post that attracted people to know me and also my skill because I also created, there's a group I created in 2018. I created Accounting Technician Scheme West Africa, a platform on Facebook. It has over 44,000 members. I created that group 2018 when I was preparing for my ICANN, which is ATS. That's the first accounting group on Facebook for Accounting Technician Scheme West Africa. Many of you know the platform. So it was that platform that people saw my work and also they recommend me as a freshman. I taught 100 level to final year students. Do you know what it means? Training 100 level to final year students. Even when they were asking questions, I was able to defend. Why? Because I've taught lecturers as an undergraduate. Even getting admission in the university, I still carry that same energy to teach people about the importance of what gaining practical skills. And also, the final year student that I train as 100 level, they secured job opportunities in different places. Why? Because of the practical skill they have gained. Do you understand? So, what makes you valuable as an accountant is the skill that you possess. I do tell people that certificate is important too. Certificate gets you the interview, but what gets you the job is what your skill. In today's digital world, employers are not only looking at your certificate alone. Yes, you can have a first class or a second class upper, but you need a skill. Do you understand? Your degree alone doesn't make you competent for a job. What makes you qualified for a job is what? The skill that you possess. Employers are looking for people who can deliver, people who have value, who have skills rather. So if you don't have a skill, this is an opportunity for you to also develop yourself. As a student, you also need to develop yourself. You understand? So we talk about the evolution of accounting profession. I believe I've talked about that. So before we talk about software, we need to understand why accounting is changing. Now let me ask another question. How many of you think accounting is just about recording transaction and preparing financial statements? How many of you think that accounting is just about recording transaction and preparing financial statements? This webinar, it has to be interactive. Oh. So I want you to also interact. You understand? So if you have a question, you can raise your hand and answer the question rather. Okay, I'll repeat myself. I believe someone is asking what I say. Okay. Like I said, how many of you think accounting is just about recording transaction and preparing financial statements? Okay, you can go on happiness.
Good evening, sir. Um,
Good evening.
doing my 100, yeah, that was what, like, that was the mentality created in us that financial, like, we are to record transaction on paper, and it's just like accountants, we use paper and book all the time. That bookkeeping and
Mm,
accounting record is almost similar. So that was the mentality we had down to my 300 level. I think 400 level first semester, I began to hear about things from my dean was like, before we graduate, there are skills
mm,
under it and all of it. I was thinking, why didn't they say this to us now? It's now that we are almost, I'm in my final year. They are saying this
mm,
to us. So I had to ChatGPT and find out things they were saying. I even found out that it's even
mm,
far more beyond what it said in class.
mm. Yeah, thank you. Okay,
You're
another
welcome.
person, Olamide. Okay,
Sir, good evening, sir.
good evening.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. To answer the question, I don't think accounting. I think I'm very sure, and I believe that accounting is beyond just recording transactions or classifying transaction. And if I am to answer the question, I can say traditionally. Let me say, before in the olden days or
Mm,
before. Yes, we can say that during that period of time, we can say accounting is just basically recording transactions. Okay, what this is what I bought, this is what I bought, this is what I sell. Then we account for everything. But now I think accounting is beyond just recording transactions alone. As you've said earlier, the world is evolving and a lot of things. As an accountant, we can render a lot of services, a lot of
exactly.
variety. Yes, varieties of services, and this depends on how we have built ourselves, with how we have equipped ourselves. Even as an accountant, I've come to realize that as an accountant, I'm very sorry for taking our time,
Yeah,
sir.
just yeah.
Okay, sir. Now,
Continue. Go on.
thank you, sir. I've come to realize that as an accountant, merely looking at financial statement of an organization or an entity, we can even deduce
Mm,
that okay, this entity is we definitely this entity is performing well or not. And also, merely looking at financial statement of entity, you can deduce that this entity we fold up or we wind up. That's part of the services that accountants renders too. And let me just keep it um let me just keep it like that. So to your questions, I don't think accounting is beyond just recording transactions alone. Thank you, sir. That's
exactly.
my
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for attempting, and also to the other lady that also attempted the question. So let me say, 40 years ago, accountant worked almost entirely with paper. Yesterday I talked about traditional accounting and also modern accounting, but we'll get there. So, like I said, 40 years ago, accountants work almost entirely with paper. That is, we're doing traditional accounting. You know what traditional accounting is? Where all your financial transactions are done on paper. All their transactions are what done on paper, and also they prepare ledgers and other things. And calculator rather, calculation was done using what calculator. Then there was nothing like spreadsheets. Calculation were what done using what calculators. So all these our grandfathers during that they really tried though. It's not easy doing manual accounting. So all their financial statements were what done on paper. I know that errors were difficult to detect. Errors were difficult to detect. And you know that when there's any mistake, you have to start all over again. And you know what it means? Imagine if it's a company that has branches in different locations. Maybe the company has branch in Lagos, they have branch in Anambra, and they want to prepare the financial statement of these two branches, a consolidated statement of accounts. So if there's any omission, that means the person has to start all over again. That's why you see our accountant then, you see many of them having white hair. They really tried then when there was nothing like this Excel or accounting software. But then came Microsoft Excel. So Excel transformed accounting. Instead of posting or preparing, doing manual accounting rather, accountant began what using spreadsheets, which is Excel. And also calculation became faster. Report also became easy to prepare. So even today, Excel remains one of the tools of every accountant. That's why you also need to know how to use Excel. It remains one of the tools of an accountant. Have you heard of anybody saying a Microsoft Excel professional? No. Excel remains the tool of an accountant. Instead, you can hear I'm an accounting software consultant or I'm an AI automation trainer. Nobody can call themselves a Microsoft Word professional. It's what the tool is, a tool that you and I need to know as an accountant. You can imagine preparing, okay, imagine a supermarket that process over 1,000 sales every day. Excel can actually handle it too. But should Excel be the primary accounting system? No, because Excel was never what designed to replace a complete accounting system. So that's why accounting software was developed. That's why accounting software was developed. So the era of manual accounting has passed. So that's why if you go for any job interview, they normally ask accountant if you can use accounting software or if you can use Excel. So these are the questions that employers do ask. So that's why you as an accountant or as an accounting student, you need to also develop yourself. As technology is changing, AI is also changing. Accountants who embrace technology will excel. But accountants who will not embrace technology, AI will replace such accountants. Yes, people are saying AI will replace accountants. Will AI replace accountants? I do hear questions like this. AI will not replace accountant, but AI will replace accountant who does not what embrace technology. You understand? So every accountant needs to what know how to use accounting software and also know how to use all these tools. This is what help you in today's job market. So now we talk about there was one thing I wanted to mention. Okay, artificial intelligence. So how many of you know about AI? You know about ChatGPT, cloud AI. How many of you uses AI?
just for normal asking questions. Maybe I'm in need of something, I need to get to know something, then that's when I do use AI. I think that's as for me.
Exactly. So AI is actually a tool. I'll use a tool to my own understanding. AI is an artificial intelligence software on its own. So AI is actually changing the way accountants work in organization because it helps in what analyzing data. With AI, you can also generate reports. It helps in analyzing data, but it will not replace accountants. People do say AI will replace accountant. AI will not replace accountants. AI cannot replace professional judgment as well. So do you know what I mean by professional judgment? Imagine your lecturer gives you an assignment and you ask ChatGPT or any artificial intelligence software for an answer, and ChatGPT gives you a good result. Though. But before you submit it, won't you read it? You read it now. So why? Because if there's a mistake, you will lose that mark. So AI can actually suggest how to record a transaction or explain an accounting standard. But it's an accountant that will decide whether the answer is correct. You understand? So AI cannot what replace professional judgment. So that's why as an accountant, you also need to also know how to use these tools. So AI is also one of the tools that an accountant needs to also know how to use because it helps you in doing a lot of things in organization. So we'll talk about the modern accounting software. How many of you know how to use accounting software? People have heard of Sage 50, QuickBooks. How many of you can use accounting software? How many of you can use accounting software?
That we don't know about the accounting software, sir.
The
You don't
thing
know
is that
about
I know
accounting
about
software?
accounting. Okay, sorry. I know about accounting software. I've heard about it, but I can't use it. That's it, sir.
Okay. Any other person? I believe um,
I
some of
don't
you
know
know how to
about
use
it.
it.
I don't know about it. I don't know
Okay, you
about
don't know how
it
to use
though.
accounting. Okay, but you have heard of. Okay, okay. So we have software like Sage 50, QuickBooks. So all these things are modern accounting software. You know, I told you that then companies were doing transaction on a paper, but accounting software replace all those manual transaction. So that's why as accountant, you also need to know how to use these tools. It helps you in generating reports because you don't need to use Excel to be preparing your reports. Accounting software can do all of those things. It helps in what generating statement of profit or loss account, statement of profit or loss account, statement of financial position. So these are one of the beauty of accounting software. It helps you in what preparing all these reports. So you don't need to start using Microsoft Excel to prepare your report. You can actually use this software. So these are one of the tools that modern accountant needs to also know. You understand? So now, if I give you 4 years in the university, so what will you do differently? If I give you 4 years in university again, what would you do differently? So if you were to go back, maybe since you don't know how to use accounting software, what will you do differently? Can you hear me?
For people that for people,
Ye- Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Okay. So if I give you 4 years in university again, what would you do differently?
And I don't know. I'm not prepared for that question.
Okay, someone is raising her hand.
I want to
Blessing.
answer. Yes. So if I'm given opportunity to go back to school again and spend 4 years in school, I think I will pay more attention to the practical side of accounting. And not just on the theoretical part of it. Like I'll devote my time to um learning the accounting tools, the softwares for modern accounting. So I will give more time to it more than I would do to theoretical aspect of the course.
Yeah, thank you very much. So if like me now, if if you ask me if I'm given 4 years in university, what would I do differently? So the thing is that I'll develop myself, which is what you have said. You learn all these practical tools before graduating. Because I tell people that graduation is not the end of learning. You understand? Graduation is not the end of learning. It is the beginning. Technology changes every year. Accounting standard also changes. Tax law also changes. AI also changes. So if you stop learning, you start becoming outdated. So that's why as an accountant or as a future accountant, you need to what? Develop yourself. I do emphasize more on this skill because it's very, very important. It helps you in it takes you to places that you never expected. So, like I said, when I was an undergraduate, I was training people. I also taught lecturers in other university, Godfrey Okoye University. I taught lecturers on how to use accounting software. People were calling me then from different places. I was going to different universities. I went to Enugu State University of Science and Technology just to train students on how to use these practical tools. That is to tell you that the value of this software is very, very important. And I do say it, the best time to start learning is now. The best time to start learning is now, because employers are looking for people who can add value in organization, not necessarily your certificate alone. Do you understand? Your certificate gets you the interview, but your skill gets you the job. So it's very important that you develop yourself as an accountant. So the era of manual accounting has passed. We're now in a digitalized world. So as technology evolve, you as an accountant, you also need to what? Develop yourself. You need to know how to use all these tools. That's what gives you an edge in terms of any opportunity that may arise. Then I talk about traditional accountant and also modern accountant. I said traditional accountant is someone who is limited to only Excel only, someone who knows how to use Excel. And also the modern accountant is someone who uses technology like AI, accounting software as a modern accountant. So a traditional accountant is someone who uses Excel. So as an accountant, we should not be limited to only Excel. You also need to be what? Advance in your career, in your professional career. You also need to what? Gain practical skills. That's what gives you an edge in terms of any opportunity that may arise. Because if you graduate today, there are a lot of graduates as well. So technology makes it more competitive, because companies will not take someone who doesn't have value. They take people who have value. Do you understand? So also we have what we call traditional accounting software and also modern accounting software. So what I mean by traditional accounting software is a software that is installed on your laptop. If you use Sage 50, some of you use Sage 50 or QuickBooks. We have what we call Sage 50 and also QuickBooks Desktop. QuickBooks Desktop is the one, when you have traditional accounting software, is one installed on your laptop. While modern accounting software is a cloud-based software, the one that does not necessarily be installed on your laptop. It can work from anywhere you are. You can access that cloud software from anywhere. We have QuickBooks Online. We have Sage Business Cloud. We also have Odoo and ZooBook. So all these things are what? Cloud accounting software. When you hear cloud accounting software are software that are what? Accessible using what? An internet connection. There's what we also call device. Cloud device are devices that are used to what? Access cloud-based software. Your phone is an example of a cloud device. And so also your laptop is an example of a cloud device. So these are what you use to what? Access cloud-based software using what? An internet connection. So using this device, it helps you to what? Access cloud-based software. It helps you to what? Access cloud-based software. You don't need the software to be installed on your laptop before you can work with it. You can actually type QuickBooks Online, just like the way you search for anything using Chrome browser. You can type the software, then you'll be able to log in, and you can post transaction using your phone. So that's what cloud accounting software is. It helps you what? Access cloud-based software using an internet connection from anywhere you are in the world. So these are benefits of using cloud-based software. Do you understand? So as an accountant, you also need to know how to use this software. It helps you in so many ways. It improves your productivity. So technology does not replace accountants. Like I said, it replaces accountants who refuses to what? Embrace technology. So these are the modern accounting software that you as an accountant or as an accounting student, you need to learn. You need to know how to use Sage 50, QuickBooks, ZooBooks. So every software, and also note that every software follows the same accounting principles. Every software follows the same accounting principle. That's why it's called accounting software. Every software follows accounting principle. The only difference in all the software is the difference in the interface, the way they operate, but it still follows the same accounting principle. Assets still remain assets. So if you use Sage 50, assets in Sage 50 remains assets in QuickBooks. If you are using QuickBooks, assets in QuickBooks remain assets in Sage 50. So that is how it is designed. So the only difference is the difference in the interface and also the way they operate. So as an accountant, these are the tools that These are the modern accounting tools that you also need to know. It helps you in improving productivity in your workspace. And also it helps you in analyzing financial data using these tools. So my question is, paying you because of you have a certificate? They're paying you because you have value. You understand? They're paying because of the value that you can provide. Jesus. Can you hear me? What is the network?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. So as I was okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, my network ring is falling here. That's why. So as I was saying, I said people chase certificates, but the problem is, can they actually solve tax? Certificate alone, like I said, certificate alone is not only the how is this thing?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes, sir, we
Okay.
can hear you, sir.
Yeah, sorry. So today, accountants are expected to know more than spreadsheets. So companies now use accounting software, like I said, AI, and a lot of things. So that means that accountants who understand technology becomes more valuable than the accountant who only records transaction. So imagine two accountants. The first accountant prepares 1,000 transactions every month, and he manually enters all the transaction in Excel. And another accountant does prepare financial reports and he enters it using an accounting software. Within minutes, the software generates reports. So who do you think the employer will value more?
The second accountant.
Yes. So the employer will value the second accountant, not because the second accountant is more intelligent, but because technology multiplied his productivity. So that's one of the importance of you using